Let's roll. So I am here with Kedma. Kedma, we started working together a few months ago, and your TEDx talk is coming up in a couple days' time, actually. So what everybody wants to know is what result did you get working with me, and what was it like? And I'll give you the floor and ask follow-up questions as it needs to be.
Yeah, so let me backtrack. I have been dreaming and having a vision of doing a TED Talk for probably 10 years. And I first tried a few years ago and it never stuck. There could be various reasons, but let's just say that it just didn't work. Then I had the opportunity to apply to do a TEDx. And I remember the moment where they said, you have about 3 to 4 weeks to just get everything together. And I think 6 weeks, because I know that from the time I connected with you, because I documented it, to the time I got the TED application approved was 6 weeks. Okay. So that's not a lot of time. So here's what I did. I didn't know you. There was no referral. You were not on my radar. I went to Amazon and I looked at these books probably at 9 o'clock at night because I have insomnia. And I saw your book. And I thought, this is interesting. So I got your book and I read it till I think 2 in the morning. And then I said, oh my God, I got to work with him. And I think I sent you an email around that time. And I'm like, you don't know me. I'm reading your book. I need to work with you. And then you responded back and said, let's get on a phone call. And we did, I think, the next day. And I just said, let's lock and load. I need your help. And from there, we started working together. And then 6 weeks later, I got the application in and approved.
Yeah. And you had a very tight timeline as well. You remember you came to me and you said, hey, there's one event that I want to apply to. Oh, my Zoom is okay. Now we're back. Okay. Yeah, there was one event that you wanted to apply to that you had in mind, Babson College, and the deadline was, I don't remember exactly the timeline.
I think it was like 7 days or less than that. It was very fast.
It was very tight. So we got the full, we got the application in that time frame.
And in this case, we did, we had to do one-on-one coaching because it was very tight. And I needed clarity quickly, and you were able to give that to me.
Excellent. You mentioned as well that you tried some other stuff. You told me that you worked with another coach.
Yes.
We don't have to mention.
And I love and respect the other coach.
Yeah. But so there's other people out there who are maybe have hired that exact same person, or are thinking of hiring a person with the same credentials and the same style. Yeah. What were the biggest differences between?
I'll make it super simple.
Them and me.
Them and everyone else. See, everyone else sells how to speak on a stage doing a TED Talk. That's what I heard. That's the noise. Oh my gosh, be prepared and have your speech and make sure. What I read from you, and I am really clear on this, you can't get to the point of being coached how to do a TEDx until you win the application. What I'm really clear about with you is you can help me get so clear on what I want to talk about so I can win the application. Because if I can't win the application, it doesn't matter what happens on stage. And in fact, winning the application means I get the privilege of working with that particular either college or university or whoever has endorsed it. I work with their team to better perfect my speaking presence on stage. That's irrelevant until I win the application. That's where the differentiation is. I was foolish or unaware or ignorant thinking I needed to be a better speaker. No, I need to be better at submitting the application. That's it.
Excellent. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but really good events, of which you are speaking at one in a few days' time, they have teams of people that their only job, they really want to help people that get through the application stage. And
Brian, you're right. Guess what? I don't need to pay for a TEDx coach to teach me because I've been getting it for free through the university. But what I needed you for was I would have never had that had I not understood that the name of the game is, do you have what it takes to win in the application and screening process and the interview process? Because if you don't, game over. Not going to happen.
What stood out to you? Like, is this one thing to say, hey, I'll help you get booked, right? But you've actually gone through the process of working with me and you've learned.
Oh, I'll tell you what it is.
You learned the actual process that I walked you through, right? So like, what stood out to you as things that I did with you that you wouldn't have otherwise guessed?
Super easy. Here we go.
Okay.
I had told you that I had an idea, and actually I had a few ideas, but the idea I really wanted to tell you, I didn't want to tell you, because when we dream about something that is so sacred and so special, we don't want to share it because we don't want someone else to do what? Crush it. That's the dream I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to crush it. So I decided to have the courage to tell you the real thing I want to talk about. And the thing you said was, that's interesting. We're now going to go and see who disagrees with your thoughts. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of strangers. And I remember, because I'm good at negotiation, I remember texting you and going, what do I do? And you go, defend it. What? Defend the idea. Whatever they say. I'm like, I remember being so scared because you're asking me to defend, like for my life, this idea to strangers. That was the game changer for me in the experience. Knowing that I could confidently understand where people disagreed with my idea, my thoughts, my reasoning, and be able to justify the value of the idea. And ultimately, that's the idea I'm going to bring to the TEDx. It won, I was able to defend it. But that was a game changer. That was very significant in the learning process.
Cool. Yeah, I'm remember. So there's a couple other things as well that I think every client has a bit of a different journey. So some people find one exercise really impactful for them because of like where their ideas at. Some people find other, so interesting. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to people that are watching this that they'd like to do?
Oh, well, the other thing I would say, you do not work on theory, you work on data. And I love that. I also work on data. So instead of me saying, well, this is my idea, you're like, great, let's prove it. Great, let's interview people. Great, let's get feedback from people. Great, let's put a focus group together. And what I needed from you, I've done all this in fragmentations across 20 years of doing consulting, but even the best surgeon in the world will never do their own surgery. Therefore, I needed you to guide me and say, Kedma, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I followed you like a good student. And I will be honest with you, not everybody's right for you, Ryan. If you're going to come in and you're going to know it all, and you're not going to want to learn, and you're not going to want to take advice, don't work with Ryan. You're going to waste his time, and you're going to waste your time. But if you're willing to be open to the process, to take your ego to the side, to listen to what he has to say, you can get the same results I got. I am not special. I just took it, I listened, I executed really well, and that's how I got the 6-week results.
Excellent. And so event day is coming up in a few, so it's
on
a Wednesday.
Yes.
Your talk is happening on Saturday, so it's in like 3 days time. How do you how does it feel to be on the cusp of delivering your TEDx talk, your first TEDx talk?
So what I tell people is there are very few moments that will give me chills. There are very few moments in my life where I've walked into a dream that I've dreamt for a decade. One of those dreams was the moment I walked on stage to get my MBA, my master's that I dreamt with. This is one of my second or third. I mean, we're talking about life, achievement moments. this will be the moment where I walk on stage, and after thinking about my dream probably thousands of times, I will now be walking into the dream. I don't know if you know the magnitude of what that feels like.
I do.
But yeah, so imagine thousands of times, and now I'm about to walk into the dream. It's priceless, Ryan. It's priceless. It's a gift you gave me, I gave myself, but without you, I wouldn't be able to go through the experience.
Well said. Thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to leave with
Yes.
people that are watching?
One last thing.
Yeah.
Be bold, be strong, and be you. What do I mean by that? I did my final TEDx review with the college, and they called me and they said, listen, do you mind if we have the theme Wonder Woman playing as you walk on stage? I'm like, of course I'm not going to mind. I'm wearing my cape. And so be bold, be strong, be you, meaning don't go to Ryan unless you're willing to go and be all you are with this, not from an ego, but from a place of like grounding to say, Ryan, you know what? I'm ready to share this idea with the world the right way, the right way. And I want to do it from a place of humbleness, but I don't, there's a wonderful quote I want to leave you with. I only take the space that has been given to me completely. So if this space has been given to me completely, I'm going to step in and own it completely. That's how it works. I'm not taking away anybody else's space. So I would say when you're working with Ryan, just be open to showing up and, being willing to bring your greatness, because he can unlock that for you. I swear to you. I mean, he's going to be he doesn't know this, but he's going to be my like TEDx application guru for life. Like now there's no other one for me. Brian showed me what's possible, and I'm just forever grateful.
Thank you. You are going to kick ass on probably the YouTube algorithm is going to like devote this, whatever they do. Oh no, he's okay. You're going to do great on Saturday. This is not the first time you're delivering this talk. This is not even the first time you're sharing these ideas with people who don't know you or care about you at all, right? So
Right.
exactly how this is for them. You know how their brains work.
Exactly.
And thank you so much. I will, for everyone who's interested in seeing your talk, I will link it below.
Well, I'd like you to have feedback. How was I as a student?
You were excellent as a student. So for people that are like watching this, every coach in the world, yourself included, because you're a coach, and you have different coaching clients, right? And you see the difference between some coaching clients who do exactly what you say and get amazing results, and some other ones who are a little slower to get results, right? You did great. I mean, you had like concerns and questions and things, but you ultimately just took action, and that was wonderful. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing. I think it's really as simple as that. People that just take action consistently get results from anything, right? And there's some coaches that are better than others, some programs that are better than others. But I think as a general principle, if you read a book and you take action on the book, you're going to get results from the book. If you take a coaching program and you do the work, you're going to get results from that. You did great. I have.
And trust your coach.
That's like, I have nothing more to like explain to that. I feel like it's sort of like, I feel like there should be a more complicated answer, but really it's just.
Well, there should be more complicated, because the question then becomes, why are people not getting those results? But you just said it. You have to take action. You have to trust.
And as well, like you have to also, like, if you're finding that I think this is true for anybody, but like if you find that your results for any particular thing that you're doing are not to the degree that you would like, you can realize, like, you can go ask your coach, like, hey, like, I don't think I'm understanding this. One of the things that I got from a mentor that I have bought courses from and coaching from and things like that is he said, like, when he's taking stuff, he just trusts the system. He doesn't try to like invent his own, the best way of doing things. He has to realize that, like, hey, I paid this person for their expertise. And maybe I think I had better ideas, but like, at least for now, I'm going to suspend my disbelief and just try it and see, right? And trust that at least you have to take results, or have to take action for a certain amount of time before anything will work. So 5 minutes of anything is going to pretty much not work at all. I love to garden. And so even like if I plant a bunch of seeds, I have to know that if I water it once, nothing is going to happen. You have to keep on showing up and watering this thing. And even still, it seems like nothing is happening with the plant. So, I think, yeah, I mean, you did great. You're not like, you're accomplished and your stuff, right? But you're not, I think it's as simple as
very teachable.
You show up and you take action and you're coachable, and that's it. Right?
I'm very teachable. And I will tell you that what I love about you, Ryan, is you're no nonsense. Like if there was like, oh, storytelling and hours, like I don't work that way. I want get in, get out. What do I need to do? What do I have to, learn? And you were able to adapt to my personality. I don't like fluff. I like to just understand what the issue is, get me the data, or I get the data, and then what are the results. And what I will say with this, and I really mean this is duplicatable. I foreshadow that I will do another TEDx, maybe not this year, but because you have had such a great impact in my life, I don't see a reason why I could not do another TEDx on another idea with another topic, and then go through the hard stuff of having people disagree with me, and I have to defend it.
It's either uncomfortable when you're developing the message, or it's uncomfortable when you're sitting there and it's 2 weeks before the event and you're like having to rewrite your entire talk because you're you know whether or not what you have written down is what people are going to resonate with. And like same with like, okay, endurance training. So I did a Ironman triathlon a few years ago, and like it's either hard in training or it's even harder during the race. So like you pick one, right? And what's even harder is not doing enough training, failing during the race, and having to do the entire thing over again. So
I love it.
It's
and if I had to describe
the way, as far as I can tell.
If I could describe the metaphor, the first coach, it felt like a marathon that never ended. Yours is a sprint. I do well sprint running. So that's just sort of my experience, my metaphor, that it's not like in this indefinite, like you're really clear. Here is what the action looks like to meet the deadline you want, to get the results you need, as opposed to this never-ending experience that I don't know when it's going to happen. And that's okay for some people. It didn't work for me. That's all.
Excellent. Well, I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding. So cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kedma.
Thank you, Ryan.